Michelle Bachmann made some insidious comments about what she thinks her God may do because of the marriage equality ruling by the Supreme Court in June. She states, "When we raise our fist to holy God and say that we are going to redefine marriage, we are going to be okay with paying a Planned Parenthood to cut up innocent baby parts and sell them for research, that clearly is a problem. As we have seen God render judgment in the days of Noah, in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, and so forth throughout history, what the prophets have told every generation is that there is a just God, and the people must repent and turn to him. So too, in this day of wickedness in our own culture, we need to do the same." Yikes. There's obviously some problems with your argument, right? I mean, number one, it's completely illogical, but let's just think through her logic for a second. Let's put ourselves in her shoes. So she says that her God is mad that Planned Parenthood is donating fetal tissue for scientific research, which she views as murder. So God's response to murder is to facilitate mass murder in retaliation. Well, if he's against murder, why would he commit more murder? How does that make sense? Is she saying that murder is okay if God does it? Like, I'm trying to figure it out here. How is it she called him a just God? Well, if he is willing to destroy the planet, kill all 7 billion people, is that the act of a just God? He's done it multiple times. She said it in the days of Noah, in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Wiped out the planet or cities. Really? How is that okay? So this is what God's logic is, according to Michelle Bachmann. Look, I am so mad that all these liberals are murdering so much babies, which they're just fetuses, mind you, and zygotes. But I'm so mad that all these liberals are murdering babies that I'm going to murder everyone, show them that murder is bad. Makes my head explode every time I try to get into her head. Now, second, I want to know what she thinks is the upshot of this type of rhetoric. I mean, does she think that she's actually going to bring people to God by saying these types of crazy things? This is the world according to Michelle Bachmann. She thinks that people are going to hear her and say, "Oh, you know what? That God does sound like a terrific guy. I think that I might worship him because he likes to kill people." That just is, it doesn't make sense to me. If you're trying to say that God is just, but at the same time he's going to kill everyone on the planet because of gay marriage or abortion, well, how is he a just God? You're contradicting yourself. You're being outraged at one thing, but saying that God is okay to do that one thing. So are you against murder or are you okay with murder? You have to take a stance. If your God is okay with murder, then he's infallible, right? So apparently you must be okay with murder too. You are okay with him killing all 7 billion people, including babies, mind you. You don't like abortion, but you actually want him to kill living babies. It doesn't make any sense to me. She's completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, if you truly believe that, then you need to find a new God, or preferably a therapist, because that's absolutely positively insane. Now, the conclusion is that fear-mongering when it comes to religion does not work anymore. So when I hear Christians tell me that I'm going to go to hell, what it reminds me of is back in the day when I was a child, and my parents would tell me that the boogeyman would come out of my closet and eat me if I didn't eat my broccoli. That's what it sounds like. It didn't work back then. I wasn't afraid of the boogeyman ever, and I'm certainly not afraid of your religious boogeyman now. And furthermore, you haven't even proven that your God exists, because there are 4,200 total religions about in the world, and not all of those are monotheistic. Some of them are polytheistic and have multiple gods. So why is your God so special? Why should I follow him and not the Muslim God and not the Buddhist God? Now, we all know that Michelle Bachmann's husband, Marcus Bachmann, he actually ran an anti-gay facility where he would try to convert gay people, which that's not possible. And if you've heard him talk, you might come to the conclusion that it's probably the case that he has some attractions that he's been trying to deal with himself. So I think that probably she knows this and she tries to double down and triple down and quadruple down on homophobia to scare her husband. So I mean, really, Michelle, who are you trying to preach to? Are you preaching to us or your husband because you're afraid that one day he might come to his senses and stop living a lie? I don't know, but look, in the end, I don't hold hard feelings toward Michelle Bachmann. This type of misinformation, it's terrifying that it spreads, but I think she has a really legitimate psychological issue going on. I think she needs help, and I don't hate her. I want her to get help, because this isn't the rhetoric that a sane person spews. I mean, this type of apocalyptic rhetoric where you think that your God is just in destroying the entire planet and killing everyone on the planet, that's really sad that you think this. And I hope that this isn't the case for a lot of your followers, but unfortunately, if you're a follower of Michelle Bachmann, then you're probably going to be on the same level of her when it comes to spirituality, and you're probably going to be a Christian fundamentalist. So my only hope is that she can fade into obscurity and just take up knitting, take up video games, get a hobby, and just stop making these bombastic, ridiculous claims. Look, I'm not helping because I'm perpetuating this, because I'm talking about her now, but I want to make sure that every piece of information that she tries to get out there that's wrong is debunked.